his head off. And yet we see that when Daniel and the boys are proven, we see how they are prospered. Daniel says in verse number 12, prove thy servants, let it happen. God is able. God has a much better way. God has a much better process of doing these things than Nebuchadnezzar does. And what is this exact way that they are proved? Daniel and the Hebrew boys take in pulse and water for 10 days. Now, pulse and water compared to meat, meat has protein. They're going to be missing out on some gains. But God's way is greater. God's way is always better. And so they proved them for 10 days. And at the end of 10 days, their countenance are fuller and fatter. You would say that the culture would see them eating the pulse and drinking the water is mundane. It's useless. It's not as good as it seems compared to the meat. And yet, God blessed the mundane. His boldness not only influenced his kinsmen, but it also influenced the entire kingdom around him. Not just Daniel and the 3 Hebrew boys abided by this, but then Nebuchadnezzar adopted what they did because it's God's way. In conclusion, we all face situations where our faith will be put on the line. Will you, number one, be ready for that by preparing your heart and staying pure to God? And will you be ready to be proven? Daniel's example provides us a timeless and bold example in the face of adversity. Again, before Daniel faced the lion's den and before the Hebrew boys faced the fiery furnace, we see that Daniel purposed his heart and he prospered, not only in the beginning of his life, but throughout his life, even until the very end. Amen.